looking mess, isn't it?
Is that all right?
Where's the sec gone that had it?
Don't know, Charlie. Taken to the hills, happen. Well, make a few jobs, then the road all being
No jobs without profit, Toby. You've bought it outright, I take it.
Oh, didn't have much for it, mind.
Ah. Well, let's have a look in here.
Uncle George, can I have key for the shed? It's locked.
Well, I've not locked it. I'll give you my key when your granddad give you them pigeons. When you come back from that school last year.
I've took it off him. I've locked it.
What for?
Someone in this room right now knows what for.
It's not me, is it, thee?
It's not me.
Well, if it's not me and it's not thee, what you going on about?
She must be on change.
Oh, what?
Fred says his dad's on change. He heard his mum say so.
All right. And what's it mean, then, since there seems to know all about it?
Well, it's growing old, isn't it?
Ah, well, aye. It's growing old. So you think your Aunt Ethel's growing old, do you?
She isn't she?
I'd not let her hear you say that if I was you.
Not as old as you, though.
Yeah, cheeky. You're not a fledgling anymore, you know. You leave school next month. You'll answer for what you say in future, understand?
Fred's getting long trousers when he leaves school.
Fred's dad's at work. You get your long ones when we can manage it.
When's that?
I told you when we can manage it. You'll not be the only pair of bare knees in row, you know. There'll be plenty of others. Are you sure you don't know what she's going on about the shed for?
The pigeons need to be fed.
Well, your Uncle Frank's got a key, only don't let on I told you.
Thanks. Sorry.
Oh, he's in a rush, isn't he? Hey, he didn't stop to ask after that key again, did he?
No, I didn't.
I'm glad to see you didn't side with him for once. He'll not get it till I've had an interview with him.
Interview about what?
Smoking in shed. Tab ends all over the floor in that corner where I got that box of tatties from. Where are they getting them from, do you think?
That'll be young Fred, that.
Aye, and young Salmon and all. He thinks he's a man because he's about to leave school. Hey, did you see him with your razor t'other day?
I'll have a word with him.
Oh, no, you won't. I know your choice of words. I'll have a word with him.
Who's locked it?
Me Aunt Ethel.
What's she locked it for?
Uncle George will have been up to something.
Like taking his hoop there for a bit of peace.
Here's my key. Only bring it back, mind.
I will. Have the exams when school ends?
No, why?
Wish we were having exams. I'd do better, wouldn't I? I've been doing better, haven't I?
Aye, you've been doing a lot better.
I hope to be having exams. I'll fetch key back.
Go on then. Tell me it's my fault.
Why should I do that?
Because it bloody is. You know what he was asking you just now, don't you?
If he'd be going to the pit.
Has he been working better?
Ah, the last 6 months or so.
Felt it coming towards him, I suppose. I warned him. I did that much years back. You get your head stuck into them books, I said, or it'll be pit for thee. What do you know when you're that age?
There'll be nowhere the road things are. Not the pit or anywhere. They're not taking anybody on as far as I know. Most of last year's leavers haven't done a stroke since they left. And the years before.
I should have let Toby help. He'd have paid for him at school, wouldn't he? I kept him tied to my principles.
They're not bad principles, Dan.
Had I the right?
It's not an easy question to answer.
Your mother used to say that it's human nature to want more for your own than for your own kind. She said I'd proved it by wanting more for our Dora. Well, I put that right. I want the same for him as for everybody else. Same chances, any rule. Well, same as his own kind. Well, what have I proved, Frank?
That we need a new educational system.
Too late for him.
Well,
then.
you didn't chuck him in at the deep end altogether. You tried with that school you sent him to.
Fat lot of use that turned out.
Not your fault.
Back to blaming the system, are we?
Shouldn't we?
I always have done.
Changed your mind?
I have not. I asked myself one question, that's all. Nobody can answer it but me. Have I done all I could have done with what I got given me?
He'll need to ask that of himself one day.
Church going man, Charlie?
Weddings and funerals, a christening or two maybe. I've none of my own.
I thought you weren't wed.
What's that to do with it?
You're a naughty man, Charlie.
I know. True, I go home mostly to an empty house, but there's nobody to get their hands in my pockets.
Well, what do you think? Can we do something with it?
I wish you'd asked me before you bought it.
Nay. I bought it for a few houses at the back, mainly. And a bit of land. It were only when you said you'd government orders to subcontract, I thought myself, well, Jackie Weston's done it at Cass, hasn't he?
Aye, well, he does no work for me. I don't know what his setup is. Now, I can put some second-hand machinery in your way. I can even find you a manager. You'll want a manager, I suppose?
I shall have to carry on with your shop, aye. I can't give that up.
Now, I can tell you what we're paying, then if you work out your costs, you'll know what's in it for you, won't you?
Well, I don't expect to make a fortune overnight, mind.
You'll not, I promise you.
I've always wanted to have a crack at something like this.
Cheap labour's your best card. You've no competition for labour round here.
Ah, well, I'll be glad of jobs, I can tell thee. There's not a man in work in some of these streets. Though there's a rumour they're going to open Skeleton Lane Pit again.
Aye, they live on rumour when there's no work. Any road, it's women you want, not men.
Ah, but it's all money coming in the house. Been needed round here as a place like this.
Fancy yourself as a social benefactor, Toby?
No, of course not.
Oh, glad to hear it.
Yeah, on t'other hand.
On the other hand, nothing. You pay your way in this business, or there's nought for anybody.
Where'd you get them from? All these? Hey, Dad. That's for a week at a time. Save me going to shops. I'll take them off bottom of the pile. Can't he tell? I shove an empty packet there. Then when his next lot come, I change him over. He'll come to empty packet in time, though. He did once. He thought me mum had him. They had a right, Barney. She said it was shop that were diddling him. 'Cause I know he's drunk most of the time. So she gets him from Hollands now. I'll put 'em back now. When I can. When I've got brass.
You off to Pip when you leave school next month?
Aye. Me dad's got me on haulage. He's well in with Teddy Underwood. That's why I've got to go to Gospel Hall. What's that going to do?
I don't know. I've not decided yet.
Has either of you seen a hearth brush in here?
There's one there.
How'd you get in?
My Uncle Frank has a key.
I see. Right, you are.
Forgotten how to cook?
Jam and bread'll not hurt you for once.
Once? I'm beginning to forget they sell out else.
If I told you it were fish and chips last night, you'd have known no different the state you were in.
I pay for it. I'll give you brass. I want it even if I can't bloody see it.
What the hell are you looking for in there?
The safety pin for that last button that were left on me trousers. Hatch it again, Ruby.
What?
They must think I'm bloody daft putting empty packets back.
Oh, we're not back to that again.
The thieving bitch.
Memory like a sieve, you, haven't you?
I've got bloody eyes!
Well, use them then. I packed up smoking 3 weeks back, didn't I? So it can't be me that's taking your bloody fags, can it?
Take that britches down and get over that chair.
Hold your hands out. Wash them. Hey, only before you do, there's something we've got to talk about, isn't there? You feel badly done to?
No, Aunt Ethel.
You'll be leaving school in a month, won't you? Think you're a man already, do you?
No, Aunt Ethel.
You'll be wanting long uns too, won't you? Well, answer me.
Yes, Aunt Ethel.
Where'd you get them cigarettes from?
Fred got 'em.
Where did Fred get them from?
Don't know.
You mean you're not going to Tattletale? All right, well, we'll leave that one. But cigarettes cost money, don't they? And so do long uns, don't they? Now, which would you rather have?
Long uns.
Is that firm?
Yes, Aunt Ethel.
No more cigarettes?
No.
Right. You shall have your long uns the day you leave school. All right?
Yes, Aunt Ethel.
I don't know how, but you'll have 'em. If you let me down, I'll get the scissors and I'll cut 'em off above the knee. Do you understand?
Yes, Aunt Ethel.
Go on, wash your hands.
What's in this?
Aye. I offered him a jam jar earlier, but you reckon nothing to it.
There we are. Champion old mender of skeleton, me. Got to be champion at something, haven't you? Old mending's mine, it seems.
Thanks.
You're coming to welfare tonight, aren't you?
Well, I'll come if you promise I don't have to sing on my own.
They don't audition for the chorus, they detect what comes.
Oh, that's a nice start to getting interested.
I'm including myself.
They do a nice show, the Society. Like that one last year. I split me sides when they sang that song, The Three Little Maids from School Are We, and on come three fattest women in skeleton.
That's what I said, they detect what comes.
It'll be an interest for you, any road. Oh, can you get me a cabbage from the allotment, love?
Ah, I'll go now. Big, little, or middling?
Biggest you can find. How are you getting on, you two?
Well, he's a bit shy, Polly.
I didn't ask you if he was shy. I'm his mother. I asked if you were getting on.
I suppose so.
There's worse things than settling for comfort in life. I'll say no more than that.
Oh, I'll be getting back. I've left Les in his cot.
Toby!
Polly, give me up for lost, have you?
It's been a fair time.
Ah, well, I'd a mind to come round once or twice. Just for a bit of a chat, but I'm not the best of memories, am I?
No fault of yours, Toby.
Your master wouldn't agree with you. Is he about?
He won't be so long. Did you want him?
Oh, no. It were more you than him. I bought that old chapel at South Skeleton. I've come from there just now. I've a mind to turn it into a little sewing factory. The work's there.
Work?
I've been promised 1 or 2 contracts. 1 or 2. Place is standing empty. Getting out if you don't try, do you?
Work for women?
Ah, well, same class of work as Westerns at Cass. On a smaller scale, of course. But same rate of pay? Well, it would have to be, wouldn't it?
There's plenty of women round here who'd jump at a chance of a job at Weston's.
Yeah, aye, but this is on your doorstep, and I just thought... Well, I'll pass in the end. You have a daughter-in-law next door, haven't you? You've only got to say if you think she'd be interested.
She'd jump at it. And Eileen. Well, I could see to kids for 'em. Except I can use the sewing machine, you know. What about me?
I don't think Jack would thank me for that.
I don't suppose George would like it either. But why not? It's work, isn't it?
Be a job for a lad, too.
I've finished. I've run out of stuff.
I'm on my last.
So am I, have to admit.
They're out in the cutting room till Mr. Donovan gets back for some more. Where's Alice?
She went out back with some boxes.
I think I'll just pack these for her.
Oh, I wouldn't if I were you. She'll get uppity again. She likes to do 'em herself.
Wonder how the men are getting on.
They've managed this far.
They don't say much, do they? He was a bit surly when I went to fetch Les last night.
Who was?
George.
Oh, what's he say?
Well, it wasn't so much what he said, it was more of the sort of look he had. Hey, it's better than being at home, isn't it?
Hey, don't tell him that, for God's sake. I'll wait till this lot start putting the pressure on. It's been a Bobby's job up till now.
He won't put pressure on you, won't Mr. Donovan? He's got a crush on you. You prick there.
Don't be daft.
Hey, what are these, any road?
You mean to tell me you've been making 'em for 3 weeks and you don't know what they are?
Thought to ask.
They're shrouds.
You what?
They're shrouds. It's a government order Toby got from somebody. It says they're making 'em for the next war. And paper coffins, thousands of 'em.
You're pulling me leg.
Well, it's what he told me.
Done the shopping, George? Baked the bread yet, George? Gonna get a tea ready, George?
Do you always get your own tea? When there is out, I do. Don't you have rugs on the floor? We did have. There were out, though. I thought your dad worked on face. He does. They get a lot of money on face. Spends it on bows. Him and my mum. They spent 10 bob on it. Down at Brown Cow in Galwick. You think I'm swanking, don't you? It's right.
Don't put that jam all over the place.
Can Sam have some?
No, we can't.
Why not?
Because he's got others to feed him.
I'm ready to eat.
Oh, give me a chance to draw breath.
I need to draw some in the time they spent gassing to that Colby woman.
Oh, looking for a fight, are you?
Heard out from your dad, then?
Dad?
Why? Went off to Canada with a woman, didn't he?
Bert. They don't talk about it.
Don't they? Why don't you talk about it?
Yeah. That's better, isn't it? It went out, wasn't it? It was all about now.
No, she's past that stage, of course.
Eh?
I thought for a minute they were going to open the shirt and offer her a bit.
Come on. I'll pop the pram in scullery.
Have you got naught to do round at your house?
You don't like me company, say so.
Hey, I can take it or leave it. Have you done your dusting yet?
Now, don't you start. I take enough off women in the street without you starting. Anyway, you're ashamed as I am. You're in the same position as me.
What's shaming about it? I'm doing a job, aren't I? I'm earning my keep. Your mother worked as hard as I did all her life. Why should I be ashamed to take over from her?
I'm surprised at you. I wouldn't have thought it of you.
You wouldn't have thought what of me?
As you do women's work.
Well, somebody has to do it. Who's going to do it if we don't?
You might at least leave off wearing that bloody apron.
Why should I? They're for a purpose.
You realise young Sam will be starting at Toby's hen house Monday? It's a bloody skirt he'll be wanting, not long pants.
Aye.
Women and kids working, and look at us. I'd have had young Les to look after as well as her, you know, if I hadn't put my foot down.
Hadn't you better go and start getting a meal ready? They like their meals to be ready when they come home from work, the knows.
Have you heard from Alan again?
No, just that money you sent, I told you. Anyway, I put it in the post office with the rest.
What rest?
Well, I sent more than you need this last year. It's kept mounting up.
What are you doing here if you've more than you need?
Well, I came for some for myself. Right down on clothes and things.
What do you think the money he sent is for?
Well, I couldn't take it for things like clothes. I mean, it's not as if... Well, I just couldn't, that's all.
You care for his child, you're entitled to his money.
Hey, we're off home.
Home? There's half hour yet.
No, they'll not have no more stuff here today. We're to come back at morning. I know now what George meant when he talked about a bad week. Can't organise, can't that, Toby, can he?
Where on earth did you get those from?
She's got an admirer.
Don't be daft. Mr. Halliday brought them for me from his garden. It was a nice thought, that's all.
Well, where's ours, then?
Polly?
Toby?
Neat. Can you stay behind a bit, Mrs. Barraclough? Like to have a word with you.
Have you washed them clothes, George? Not very clean, are they, George? Not as clean as I get them, George. God in heaven, I can't stand much more of this. I won't stand much more of this.
Nay, damn it, do a right job, Jack.
Busy?
Now, don't you start.
What have I said?
We've enough to put up with from clacking women in the street without you starting.
Nay, Dad, I didn't mean anything.
Well, you better not neither.
Can I help?
Why, is there something I've not done? Tell me if there is. I don't claim to be perfect, I don't claim that.
Something burning?
Have a pie in the oven.
Yeah, use this cloth.
Stand back a bit.
Just in time.
Is it?
That looks perfect to me.
I'll put it back in and leave Dora jar.
Grand smell.
Is it?
That tickles your juices, does that?
Does it? Well, it stops there till your mum gets back so you can stop licking your lips.
She's enjoying it, isn't she? Going out to work.
You reckon?
That's a change for her.
Till novelty wears off.
Let's hope it don't wear off too soon.
Aye, she could do a change. She'll be breadwinner when you've gone, the way things are shaping.
Who said I was going?
Oh, you'll not be here all your days. You're courting, aren't you?
Who said I was courting?
Well, you're going out with Eileen Brady twice a week.
Oh, into music and dramas.
For God's sake, don't start gossip like that, Dad. You're gonna go on like that, you might as well wear a bloody apron. Ma'am?
What's up?
Why don't we all put bloody skirts on and have done with it?
Me out working? Is that what's causing it?
Nay, there were not wrong with that.
What is it then?
I said something about him courting Eileen Brady and he went up like a bloody haystack.
He's shy, Jack.
Shy. Well, I'm his dad, aren't I? So I can talk to him, can't I?
Not about girls, you can't. He's not like that.
Well, what is he like, Polly?
He's one on his own. Always has been. Well, you know he has. He's shy.
Is he courting her or is he not?
Well, I don't know. He'd like to, I think. I don't know. I try not to ask him because I know it embarrasses him.
She'd be better off with him than waiting for that deserter our Dora settled on.
Alan went off to earn a living.
Did he? Or to shut his eyes to the damage he did when she died, bringing his bastards into the world. He turned his back on what reminds him. Some of us can't do that. Some of us have to go on living with it.
I know that, if anybody does. Have you made a pie?
Aye.
Aye. I can smell it. Smells grand.
I don't know what you mean.
You don't have to come.
Well, why shouldn't I? Don't you want me to?
It's you that doesn't want to. What I'm saying is you don't have to come just because I've asked you.
Can't I speak for myself?
That's what I'm saying.
Look, you say I don't want to come. I say I do. Aren't I supposed to know my own mind? Oh, well, if you don't want me to come.
It's not that I don't want you to.
Look, Frank, what are you trying to say to me? Well, if you won't say it, what can I do? What can I do?
There's nothing to say.
Isn't there?
Nothing with any purpose to it.
You never know till you try.
I know.
Oh, I've no patience with you.
I don't blame you.
Well, what do you expect?
Nothing.
And that's what you'll probably get, isn't it? Sorry. Look, I've got to go to my mum's to fetch Les. Are you stopping or going?
And when she got there, the cupboard was bare.
Told you it was. Don't know why you bothered looking.
Why is it bare, George?
I can't manage on what you give me. That's why it's bloody bare.
Was it all gone on food?
It's not gone on it. Oh, no. You can get off that tack. I've not had a pint for weeks and you buy me fags. Oh, no. It's one law for thee and another for me, ain't it?
What do you mean by that?
Well, when I went breadwinner, I used to come home and give them my full wage.
After a long, hard battle.
Well, I did any road. That's what I did. Only you don't, do you?
How did we get onto this?
I've been thinking, that's why. I've been thinking.
Oh, what's your conclusion?
You should give me your full wage like I used to do. That's my conclusion.
It's not like yours used to be, you know.
I don't know what it is, do I? Since I've not got to be told what you keep back for spends.
You think I was right then?
Right about what?
Oh, when we had that row about you handing over your wage, you think I was right, do you?
Oh, I'd not say that.
Well, you better.
Why'd I better?
Well, if it's right for me to give you my full wage now, it must have been right for you to give me your full wage. Unless there's one law for you and another for me.
Well, there isn't, or shouldn't be.
I was right then. Now, right or wrong, George, it's a simple question.
Well, happen in some respects.
In all respects, George.
Well...
I was right.
Aye.
What's right for me is right for you. Fair's fair. Now. There. My full wage.
It's not much, is it?
Ah, no, well, you see, I'm a woman. And I'm not worth the same as a man. And we've had a bad week, too, like you used to have sometimes. Can I have my spends?
How much?
Well, same as I used to give you. Fair's fair.
Fair's fair.
I know you used to say you couldn't manage, but I'll do my best.
Yeah.
Yes, George.
Hang on. If I give you same as I used to have...
Yeah, same every week. I used to give you good weeks and bad weeks.
But if I give you same as I used to get, I'll only have half what you had to manage on.
Oh, I know. I know what you mean. You know, I've been through it all.
But you don't need as much as I used to get.
Don't I? Why not?
Well, you don't drink and you don't smoke.
Well, what difference does that make?
Well, of course it makes a bloody difference.
Well, I never used to ask you what you did with yours. I just give it to you. Now, can I have my spends, please?
Well, I can't manage on what's left out of that.
Oh, times I used to say that. And do you remember what you used to say to me when I did? Do you remember what you used to say? You used to say what I'm saying to you now. You'll have to bloody manage.
You've been leading me up garden path, haven't you?
I've been making a point, that's all.
You've been having me on, haven't you?
Oh, I'm hungry, George. I do like my tea when I come home.
I've done my best for thee. I've scrubbed, I've skivied, I've washed till my hands is red raw.
Well, you're not telling me anything I don't know, George. You're speaking to the voice of experience.
You crafty monkey leading me on.
Yeah, you led yourself on, lad.
I'm not stopping down with thee.
Oh, for what use, you are? You might as well not.
The minute you get in, you start.
Here you are. Take this with you. You usually do when you go, don't you?
My ornament.
I've seen that coming for years.
Is he upset about something?
Life's getting him down.
Hey, have you my key? It's not under stone where I usually leave it. I thought you might have been in for something.
No, I've not. Have you tried door? I mean, you didn't lock it.
Oh, I'm not. I didn't think to try.
Hey, I've got some bad news for you.
Bad news?
Yeah, you know when Toby Wilson asked me to stop back tonight? He wants us to take a cut in us wage.
What for?
Well, this chap he's getting orders from can't give him same for the next lot, and he's had to bring his price down. He wants us to work for 60 hours and pay us for 50. He wants 10 free hours off us.
But we only get same as Weston's pay, don't we?
Yeah, I know. I told him. We'd not take a penny less. Did I do right?
Aye, you did. Is it a strike, then?
Looks as though it might be.
Oh, it'll be worse for you than it is for me.
No, we weren't all that much better off, you know. It's just... we were earning it.
Look, I'll come back when I've seen to less.
Yeah.
Uncle George sent me.
Oh, I thought happened he might.
Sent me for his coat.
What you got there?
His apron.
Hey, there's something for you upstairs. It's on our bed. Up you go.
Eileen?
Alan.
Are you going to sleep up there?
Come in.
They fit you? Walk up and down a bit. I'll do. 2 pairs. One for work, one for best. It's better than I promised you, isn't it? Now stand back a bit. You look a right little man.
I start work on Monday.
Why didn't you wake me?
Oh, you're well away. You're ready for your breakfast.
Oh, I'll see to that.
I might as well keep my hand in.
There'll be no need, the way things are looking. We've been off for a fortnight now. We shan't be going back.
Who says so?
If Ethel's got out to do with it, we shan't.
There's more than her to consider.
Oh, she keeps us from flagging. She'll not let us give in if Toby sticks to that offer.
Sooner him than me.
What?
Having her to contend with.
I dare say you've had that said about you before now. Don't you think she's right?
You have a case.
Would you go back?
The way things are, I'd not.
Then give her credit. She's making us stand like you used to do. Don't you like to see women sticking up for themselves?
I suppose I shall have to get used to the idea.
You will, I promise you. There'll be plenty of women in work if this war comes. They'll need to stick up for themselves. So it's to be share and share alike in future, is it?
Hey?
Housework. It's wash day today. We can make a start there. Do it together.
Nay, I never said that, Polly.
Oh, didn't you? I thought you said something to kind.
Well, no, we'll keep my hand in, I said.
Do it when you feel like it, you mean?
Aye, something like that. Well, it doesn't get you down then, does it?
I don't know. I'll have to try it and see.
There's a new world round the corner, they say.
Do they?
I can feel it coming. Did you hear the racket on the street last night? Alan Dakin coming home from club. Been chucking his brass around, they tell me.
It's his brass, Dad.
He'll regret it. I suppose he'll go back to sea again when it's run out.
I told Ethel not.
What's he reckon he's doing then?
I'll ask him. No good asking me. He's not seen him short, though. Give him that.
Bert Barrowclough's been killed.
When?
Last night. I only just heard. Ethel's round with Ruby now. She's having a hard time of it. She says, can you go round?
Aye, I'll go.
Is your breakfast?
No, give it to our Frank.
What happened then?
They brought Bert and a few others over from Cuddy to clear a fall.
From Cuddy to where?
Skeleton. They were having an inspection. Crofty said Lord Scarton wants to buy Machin out and open Skeleton up.
Bloody rumours.
It's possible.
We've had one after t'other. They've all come to note.
Teddy Marshall's to be under manager, so they say. We've never had one as close as that.
Has anybody asked him?
Wouldn't say, would they? I used to be a mate of his, didn't they? Why don't you ask him?
I know it's not. I really do think that you want
Fred, love, where's your mother?
I'm going down. I don't want to rest. Here, Polly, you've heard. What have I done to deserve it?
I've told her she should rest, but she'll not.
I've been up all night. All night I've been up.
You should have sent for somebody.
We thought he'd just been hurt at first. Stan Armstrong took me to infirmary. Well, that was the first we heard. Oh, but it's been lovely to me, though, Stan.
I'll put kettle on.
I'll do it. Well, I have to carry on, haven't I?
She's drunk.
I know. I could smell it.
There's no sign of a bottle anywhere.
It's floating in water tank. Where she hides it from me, Dad?
Have you had your breakfast, love?
No.
There's an out in the house as far as I can see.
It was lovely, was my Bert. A lovely husband and a lovely father. I'm glad I looked after him. Well, you've nothing to reproach yourself with, have you, if you've done what's right? I can't have him back till next week. There's to be an inquest. Well, there's my lad. He's my breadwinner now, aren't you, love? Come to your mother. He's a good lad. And he loved his dad. Didn't you, love?
I'll get your hand with that.
I can manage.
Don't wake you last night.
No. It's fast off. Didn't hear you come in.
What's this about you leaving? Ethel told me. What should you leave for?
My mum's upset about it. With us being in the same house. Well, you know.
I see. Well, I shall not be here much longer.
I thought you weren't going back to sea.
There's a war coming. I know Chamberlain's got his bit of paper, but it's coming all the same. I might as well be at sea if I'm going to be called up. Any road. My money's running out.
There's money for you in the post office. Your money, but I saved from what you sent.
Frank?
Alan?
It's yours, is that? Not mine.
Wages.
If you like.
For housekeeping for you.
If you want it that way. If that's what you want.
I've got a door set for Mrs. Hollins. Do you want half? Thanks. Granny says I can come and sleep with you tonight. Shall I? If Bill wants. Granny says these are sweepings off the bakery floor. Is she right, do you think? I got a nail in Mum once. Happens she is then. Water in our house tastes funny. Funny? Aye, funny. I emptied a bottle of my mum's gin into a water tank. Funny taste, gin. Want to come and taste it? In a bit. Won't she live here? I left cork floating, so she'd think it'd come out. I know what she'll say, though. What? She'll say, what have I done to deserve this?
She says she'll come in a minute. She's only in the next street at her friend's.
Thanks, Polly. I'm sorry it's turned out this way. These contracts weren't quite what I thought
I
they were
think
going.
I'd better let Ethel do talking, Toby. Out from your Harry lately?
I wouldn't have imagined you'd be interested.
Nay, I just wondered. I'd not have brought his name up if Jack had been here. It dies hard with Jack.
Never wed that lass he ran off with.
Nay. Well, that's the way of it, isn't it?
He'll have learned what regret is. I'm sure he will.
By the time we regret, it's too late.
Ah.
Hello, Polly.
Hello, love.
Nay, sit yourself down. I'm not used to chaps standing for me.
Except my husband, of course. Well, is it good news or bad?
It's no better.
What, same offer as before?
Aye.
It's ridiculous.
Who are you? I'm spokesman here.
Well, it is.
It's the best I can do. If the answer's no, I shall have to close down.
I know what my answer'd be.
Will you be told? So, that's final then, is it?
It's the difference between running at a loss and breaking even. There's no question of profit. I'm being offered 25% less for these contracts than I worked for the first one.
How's that, Toby?
This is my argument.
I wasn't talking to thee. How is it the Westerns can pay what they do?
They deal direct, I'm on subcontract.
Too many middlemen.
I suppose that's the root of it, aye.
And these are supposed to work 10 hours a week to make money for them before they get out for themselves.
It's not money for me, though, Jack.
Oh, no, it's not on.
No, it's not.
Westerns have got a uniform contract. They're advertising work. There'll be a queue there next Monday, and I'll be in it.
No, they'll not.
Beat by their own kind, Toby.
Aye, I suppose that's the way it is.
They make a jungle of it.
I'm sorry it's turned out this way.
They've got the smell of it already. War, easy profits, fortunes to be made. The best investment there is, human misery.
I must try for replacements.
There'll be blacklegs.
I must carry on the best I can.
It were a change while it lasted.
We shall not go short any road.
We needed that work, for as little as it brought in.
And a job for Sam.
There's a job for Sam.
A job?
He'll come with me. I've seen Teddy Marshall. It were right what they said about skeleton opening. He wants me for on-setter, and Sam will come with me. I'm a firm promise.
What about me, Dad?
I asked him about thee. He says he can't fix too many out of one family at one time. It wouldn't be fair to others, and he's right and all. But thy turn will come, and soon. They want him cold to fight a war with.
You're back early. It's not closing yet, is it?
What's up with him?
He was fretting.
You've done well by him.
I will have nothing else to do. Nowhere else to go.
You got home with Mum, didn't you?
I missed her when she went.
I had to go. Not just for work.
We knew why you went. Sometimes wondered if you'd ever come back.
You stopped with him. You waited for me.
Aye. I waited for you.
I shall stop.
Will you?
I shall not go off again.
You want me to go?
Not if you don't want. It's up to you.
Where's my granddad gone? We'll be late for pit. Buzzer's gone.
He's gone round to Eileen's to borrow Alan's Dudley for you.
Is Miss Nat ready?
Here it is. Go upstairs and put your boots on.
Eileen? Oh, it's thee. Still here, then?
Why shouldn't I be?
Well, you were going on about not stopping when you first come home. Have you got work yet?
Not yet.
Eileen said we could borrow the Dudley for Sam. He starts at pit with me today. Say it then, if I must. She'd turn in a grave, is that it?
Something like that. No blame to thee.
That's for me to decide. Nobody knows but me. Years back, before you ever
No
come and
matter
see...
now.
Quiet in the head, is she?
Nay. Not quiet.
Alan?
Well, let me have it back. Is he ready then?
He's gone upstairs to put his boots on. You'll watch out for him.
I'll do that.
And you'll not be hard on him.
It'll be hard. We don't have to contribute. I'll make it no harder.
If he has to go, there's nobody I'd rather he went with than you. And she'd have felt same.
Here's the Dudley.
Ta.
Got the snap tin?
Aye.
Let's be off then.
I'll see you tonight.
Aye.
Your meal will be ready.
Aye.
Let's be off. Let's be off then.
They've gone.
I saw him from bedroom window.
They'll be almost there by now.
Aye.
It hurts.
Aye.
It hurts.
Nay, Emma. Nay.
Thank you.